Hello everyone, Awesome Andrew here of Awesome Albums, here to talk about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We have new inductees this year, and it is my job to fill you in on who they are. First up, The Cure. The name The Cure has stood for a group of teenage musical schoolmates, a legendary act commanding 10 million television viewers during a live performance, and everything in between. The band's sound has been called post-punk, gothic punk, new wave, alternative, but as frontman Robert Smith says, it's all just Cure music. After some name changes and personnel changes, the band started exploring dark imagery and settled into a distinctive formula of existential philosophy, gothic themes, and a lot of reverb. They later hit the standard for a more pop-oriented sound and were heavy in rotation on MTV, which showed their stunning visual collaboration with director Tim Pope. Def Leppard, the most commercially successful new wave of British heavy metal band, or hair metal is what they're known as, Def Leppard ignited the 1980s reign of metal. Their anthems, melodic guitars, larger-than-life drum sounds with a one-armed drummer. Rick Allen lost an arm in a motorcycle accident in 1984 and is still their drummer, as well as their ability to combine the new wave metal guitar-driven power and glam rock's sexiness, I guess. They set the stage for metal's domination of arenas, airwaves, and television in the 1980s. Def Leppard was known for their theatrics. They also created the model for hard rock bands looking to harness MTV's hard rock potential with classic videos like Photograph and Rock of Ages. They honed their sound on multi-platinum albums like Pyromania and Hysteria, and they opened the door for bands like Motley Crue and Guns N' Roses and Bon Jovi. And there are other artists including Metallica and Taylor Swift, a couple examples that claim them as an early influence today. Janet Jackson was born the youngest member of the Jackson family, but definitely made a name for herself. She started off as a child actress on the TV series Good Times and Fame, but it was her 5-time platinum album Control in 1986 where she staked her claim as an R&B powerhouse. She explored social issues including poverty, race relations, and drug use for her 1989 concept album Rhythm Nation 1814. The album broke record books with 7 top 5 singles as well as a very successful concert tour. Her music has won her 6 Grammy Awards, 2 Emmy nominations, a Golden Globe Award, a nomination for an Academy Award, along with dozens of American Music Awards, MTV Video Music Awards, and Billboard Music Awards. Basically, she won a lot of awards, as you could tell. Radiohead incorporated a wide variety of musical influences from Pink Floyd to R.E.M. They were founded in the mid-1980s by a group of schoolboys from outside of Oxford, England. Their name was taken from the name of a Talking Heads song and are the most compelling paradox of modern music with a restless experimental vision and underground pioneer spirit. 1995's The Bends was a gripping prelude to their massive art rock futurism and dystopian warning of 1997 multi-platinum bestseller OK Computer. Roxy Music added elements of modern fashion, cinema, art, and avant-garde into rock and roll and pushed listeners' perceptions about the essence of pop music. An experiment that envisioned the future of rock and roll and in doing so changed the course of music itself. The group was formed in 1970 and weren't just any rock and roll band. Their now famous Melody Maker magazine ad looking for a new guitar player for their avant rock group asked for someone original, adaptable, and scary. That description was pretty accurate considering that they sat between David Bowie and King Crimson and the Velvet Underground. Stevie Nicks infused the sounds of acid rockers and Laurel Canyon singer-songwriters with a hint of black magic as described from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's website. While she was still a member of Fleetwood Mac, she shot to the top of the album charts with her solo debut album Belladonna in 1981, netting her 4 hit singles including her signature anthem Edge of 17. 2 years later, she was back with a solo record, The Wild Heart, in 1983, and another top 10 single, Stand Back. She was a songwriter in her teens, and she is known for work that shifts from supernatural imagery in songs like Sorcerer to relatable earthly concerns in songs like After the Glitter Fades. Our last entry in this year's inductee list, The Zombies, had an innovative arrangement, fantastic choral harmonies, and great musicianship. The first wave of the British invasion carried a startling variety of sounds and styles from old world to new, but not all the bands presented successfully emerged during that time. The Zombies, with their intricate arrangements and sophisticated atmospherics, stood apart from the raw, blues-drenched disciples of American blues and R&B. I thought that was a great quote from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's website. Their second and final album, well, they had a few albums in the 90s, but only 2 in their prime, Odyssey and Oracle, has earned its reputation and a spot on Rolling Stone list of 500 greatest albums of all time at number 100. I'm really excited to see the new inductees year after year for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and ever since 2015, I've taken an album from one of these artists to talk about in my next video. What album and what artist will I pick? Find out next time, but until then, let's again congratulate the artist who got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Congratulations, class of 2019.